In the stillness of the high desert, even a breeze can feel like a whisper from something watching. On May 22nd, 2025, a van lifer known as Bunny and Beyond took her camera into isolation. This was supposed to be another off-grid escape. Just her dog, and the quiet of the wild. But this time, the silence was hiding something.
Exist on any map. No name, no pins, no record. But something about it felt off. And yeah, I went anyway. I had my dog with me. I wasn't afraid. It was deep in the desert. I was boondocking solo when my GPS glitched and showed a faint path cutting through a ridge. No signs, no warnings, just a barely there trail. So I followed it. Everything got quiet, like the air was holding its breath. There was
a glitch in her GPS revealed an unmapped trail. Faint, unmarked, and entirely undocumented. With her dog by her side, she stepped onto the path, the kind of decision that seems small until it's too late to turn back. As they climbed higher into the rocky ridge, the world around them went still. No birds, no bugs, just the crunch of her boots and the sound of her dog stopping cold.
Crunch of my boots, and my dog steps beside me. Then he stopped. He completely froze, hackles up. I even tried to keep going, and he wouldn't move. He stayed planted on the trail behind me. We had reached the summit, just a pile of rocks.
He froze, hackles raised. He wouldn't move, wouldn't follow. At the trail's peak, they found it. A car half buried in stone. Beneath it, a folded piece of paper, yellowed and scorched. One word burned into it. Leave. They ran, but whatever waited up there didn't stay behind.
A small cairn. Something was tucked beneath it. I pulled it out. A folded piece of paper, yellowed and burned at the edges. It said one word. Leave. We ran. Ever since, weird things.
Back at the van, things began to shift. Lights flickering. Always at exactly 2:17 a.m. Footsteps on the roof. Her dog, normally calm, now growled into empty corners. The trail had vanished, as if it never existed. But something remained. Something unseen. It wasn't the wind she had disturbed. It was a threshold.
What's been happening in my van? Lights flicker at the exact same time every night, 2:17 a.m. My dog growls at empty corners, and last night I swear I heard footsteps on the roof. I tried to find that trail again. Nothing. It's gone. No GPS glitch, no satellite view. So if you've ever seen anything like this, let me know in the comments. Because...
And the most chilling detail? The reaction of the dog. Pure instinctual terror. No script, no performance. Just raw fear. As one commenter put it, I always stop what my dog does. He knows if something is around that shouldn't be. Do you? July 20th, 2025. A peaceful summer evening in the English countryside. Janet, the creator behind Janet Outdoors, sets off for her first bike-based wild camping trip. It's a quiet sweet corn field, hidden and hushed. Perfect, she thought, for her solo adventure.
Do you remember my train stealth camp? Well, that broke. I don't know if you can see that. It's completely broke.
But solitude has a strange way of making sound louder and instinct sharper. From the moment she sets up camp, Janet's uneasy. She's tucked in along the edge of the field, trying to stay low and out of sight. Every decision is measured. She's already second-guessing whether to move her tent or lie low. Then comes the first sound. A metal gate clinks open. Then shut. Footsteps follow. No dog. No voices. No flashlight. Just footsteps, but no one in sight.
I might be more out of the way if I go over there, because just here there's a footpath, although I will hear people because the noise of the gate will make me aware that they're there, so I'll actually know. But if somebody came through there, there's a footpath that just comes up there, so they'd spot me straight away. I might go and have a quick wander over there. Back in a minute, bye for now. Well, everybody, I don't know whether to bail. It's about 7:30, 7:45.
Janet begins to question it all. Was it the wind? Was it someone? Why didn't they say anything? Then, again, the gate creaks. Once, twice, a second set of steps, and again. No person visible. That's the moment her tone shifts. The nervous laughter is gone. Her voice quickens. Her decision becomes clear. She's leaving.
This brambles is covering me. I don't know what to do. I've actually brought a ploughman's lunch for my tea and a can of fizzy orange. I don't know what to do. I've got to think quick, because if I need to go, I need to go now. What do I do? Because I've been plucking up courage to come on this, my first bike camp, wild camp, stealth camp. And it's quite nerve-wracking. I've had to really push myself to do this. So, yeah. But it's going to be dark soon. What do I do? Help. See, I haven't got my glasses on. Oh, there I am. Oh yeah, there's the tent and there's my bike. What I might do actually, I might use my tent like a bivvy and sleep on the ground. Then it's not high, then I'm more hidden and put my bike on the floor. I think that might be a good idea. Back in a minute, bye for now. So this is my...
She packs quickly, heart pounding. Tent torn, bike ready, dinner abandoned. She doesn't wait to see who or what might come back through that gate. And it was the right choice.
Wow, how beautiful is that? And all of this, whatever it is. What's wrong with long things? I'm not sure. But yeah, this is a bale. Gosh, that was pretty scary. I'll tell you in a second. I'm going to eat my dinner while I'm here.
Because out in the wild, you prepare for weather, bugs, and wildlife. But what truly unsettles you, what strips away the peace, is the quiet presence of another human. One who's not supposed to be there. July 2025. A woman named Kelly arrives at her newly purchased cabin deep in the woods of Arkansas. No furniture, no bed, just a cot, a blow-up paddleboard, and her determination to begin her life off-grid.
I gotta set up. I just brought like a cot and stuff, so I'm gonna set it up in here. do. I need to do my PT exercises. I'm gonna do those.
This is her first night. She sets up quickly, alone but calm. The cabin is bare, but full of potential. Her plan is simple. Settle in, explore the lake behind her property, and finally sleep under her own roof.
Training for a 100-mile ultra marathon in October. Normally in my videos I take y'all on a little run through the woods, but right now I'm kind of injured. I have some muscular imbalances that I've been working on. I am working with a PT and these strength exercises that should get me back on the trails soon. For my first full day out here in the cabin on my property, I really want to take full advantage of the outdoor activities. That's why
A thunderstorm brews in the distance as she walks down to the dock, checking carefully for water moccasins. The clouds grow darker. Lightning flashes. But she's not deterred. With her friend Caitlin and a group of women attending a nearby retreat, they head out onto the lake. Then the storm hits. Rain pours down. Thunder echoes across the water. They rush back to shore. Plans of a campfire are washed away.
So my plan was to cook dinner over the campfire because we're all gonna go down by the campfire later and have like a drum circle and do all this cool stuff. It just torrentially downpoured for probably the last half hour. So I don't think any campfire is happening anytime soon. The rain is supposed to clear out here in like an hour. So change plans. We're gonna go to a restaurant to eat because there's nothing here. But luckily the rain is starting to clear out and hopefully we can still have our...
Inside, the rain doesn't let up. It slams against the metal roof, loud and relentless. She moves her cot to the floor, tries to sleep. But the storm goes on, hour after hour, without pause.
Campfire later.
One eternity later.
It is still raining. What the heck? The rain was supposed to let up a while ago, but I don't know if it's going to at this point. We may just be stuck in this cabin all night.
By morning, she's still smiling. She makes coffee, watches an ultramarathon live stream, and takes stock of what needs fixing. The bathroom becomes her first project. It's not glamorous, just a dirty tub, a worn-out toilet, chipped paint. But she gets to work. Quietly, methodically, alone.
That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, right there. That looks like it's next. Good morning, everyone. It rained all.
Later, she visits an orchard and fills baskets with peaches. It's a light moment, almost playful. But as she drives back, the rain returns. All day, it keeps coming. It's easy to forget, in moments like this, that isolation can be beautiful, peaceful, but also unnerving. The silence, the stillness, the way a tree can fall without warning, the way a storm can stay longer than expected. Nothing happened that first night. No voices, no shadows, no unexplained sounds. Just a woman, her cabin, and the forest around her. And somehow, that's what made it feel so strange. January 2019, deep in the heart of Pluckley, England, officially dubbed the most haunted village in Britain, a solo camper unknowingly steps into a place soaked in centuries of ghost stories and superstition.
Festive break, the enforced and relentless social activity that is Christmas had taken its toll. I hit the road. 2 nights of solitude camping in the woods was what I was seeking, and I was hoping to find it here, Daring Woods. Located in the south-east of England, this woodland sits just outside of a little village called Pluckley. Now, completely unknown to me when I arrived, Pluckley is...
Her name is Louise from a Channel Camper Vibe. What began as a routine wild camping trip quickly turned into something else entirely. She pitched her tent in Daring Woods, a place locals whisper about, but rarely enter after dark. Known to some as the Screaming Woods, it's a forest with a reputation for the unexplained. Louise, unaware of its infamy, begins her evening like any other, setting up camp, chopping wood, and preparing dinner.
Can you see what that looks like? Gas. I haven't got any gas. Gas. Idiot. What was I going to cook without gas, you prat Louise? I don't be a knob. The owls are out already.
But as the sun fades behind the trees, strange noises echo from the distance. At first, she brushes it off. Maybe birds, maybe distant voices. But then she hears it again. It sounds like children screaming.
There's a lot of noises in these woods. Where's my spoon? It's getting cold. Oh! Whoa. Get that fire going, I think. Now I think the rain stopped. Or it stopped enough for a fire anyway. Sounds like kids screaming. That's just a train. Is it a bird or is it kids screaming? That's a bird. That's a gunshot. I don't know if you'll be able to hear a lot of this, it's pretty distant, but it sounds like kids screaming. That temperature's definitely dropped now. I've had to put my woolly hat on and everything, but this is ideal. Honestly, I've never known a...
Distant, smuffled, but undeniably human. Louise pauses, listens, then tries to dismiss it again. Probably nothing, she says, but she knows better. Then, around 2 a.m., something happens that she can't explain away. Footsteps, heavy, deliberate, just outside her tent. They stop. She holds her breath. Then, more footsteps, this time from a second source. Not just one person, at least two, moving around her, circling. She doesn't dare turn on the light. Her dog doesn't bark. The night holds its breath. A moment passes. Then the crows erupt into the air, screaming scattered. Something had startled them. Something close.
There's been a person or persons. What the fuck? I've never wanted the morning to come as much as I do right now. What the fuck is going on? That's just the owls.
Louise never sees who or what was there.
That's just the owls, though. This is definitely the scariest night I've ever had in a tent. I'm sure I can still hear footsteps. And trains.
By morning, she breaks camp and returns to her van. Shaken but safe. Later, a quick Google search confirms what her instincts already knew. She'd spent the night in Britain's most haunted forest. She never captured what was out there. No footage, no footprints. Just the sound of steps and the feeling that she was being watched.
Just over here somewhere, probably quite a few more yards yet. At first I thought perhaps someone from the footpath had got lost and wandered in. That was the first time at 2 o'clock in the morning. When it happened again at 3 and then again around 3:20, I decided it's definitely not just a lost dog walker at that silly o'clock. So yeah, don't know what it was, but there was definitely someone walking around this tent. It was no way was it a deer or a fox or any kind of mammal. The footprints were all wrong. Safe to say I did not sleep very well at all.
As one commenter would later write, the fact they just stop is the creepiest part. Like they just stopped and stared at you. Whatever was in those woods that night, it didn't want to be seen. September 2021. A quiet evening in Asheville, North Carolina takes a dark turn for one solo traveler. Sarah, the voice behind the channel Sarah Dongo, had just wrapped up a peaceful 2-day camping trip. Her plan was simple: explore the town by day, park her van overnight in a restaurant lot, and hit the road again come morning.
Leg of my journey. My next destination was Asheville, North Carolina, a city that had a Planet Fitness, which is the gym I work out at, and so I figured I'd orbit around the area for a couple of days to explore, get some computer work done, and get back to my routine. Asheville is a medium-sized city with a pretty artsy vibe, and the first day was great. I walked around town for a bit, enjoying the creative energy it was putting out. It has a good selection of restaurants, fun shops, and interesting people about.
But the night had other plans. As the lot emptied out and the last restaurant lights dimmed, Sarah stayed behind in her van, prepping a simple dinner with her cooktop lit and propane hose attached. That's when it began. A knock at her van door. Not a gentle tap. A pounding. She froze. Lights off. Sound down. Listening. At first, she thought it might be the police. It wasn't. Then, more knocking. This time on the double rear doors. Panic set in. She turned everything off. Still, the man didn't leave.
Know her. Please leave me be.
Instead, he started circling her van, trying every door. He wasn't just knocking, he was hunting for a way in. With quick thinking and adrenaline in overdrive, Sarah unhooked her propane setup, ducked behind the wheel, and drove to safety. Only then did she call the police. Once calm, she explained what happened. According to Sarah, the man had approached earlier in the evening claiming she was someone he used to date. He insisted her van had been parked there before, accusing her of breaking his heart. But Sarah had never seen him before in her life.
Just had my first knock on the door. That was not the cops. Being alone, I was in the middle of cooking dinner, so I had my cooktop out, propane hose attached and everything. And then he's just bangs on my side door right here. I first turn off all the lights, turn all the sounds off so I can hear what's going on in case it is the cops and I need to talk to them. It wasn't, and then he banged on this door right here, the double doors, and that's when I got really nervous. He was complaining about a girl that worked at the Cracker Barrel and, broke her heart and thought that she was in my van and was telling me to come out and prove that I wasn't her, and I was just proceeding to tell him, please.
What's more disturbing, he wasn't convinced. He wanted her out of the van. She never opened the door. And because of that decision, she's still here to tell the story. As one viewer put it, "You showed remarkable restraint. I was so hoping you'd just drive over him." In the world of solo travel, instincts can be the difference between a story told and a nightmare lived. Sarah made the right call. October 2022. A remote roadside stop turns into a nerve-wracking night for one solo van traveler. Lisa, the creator behind the channel Asleep 5 Decades, was on a quiet journey across North America in her camper van when she stopped to make dinner. Her van door left slightly ajar, the cool evening air drifting in, until something, or rather someone, interrupted the peace.
Go away, Cloud. One puffy big cloud. Just, come on. Yeah, right. I think it's going to be like 20 degrees today with cloudy.
A man approached. Uninvited, he leaned inside her van and started speaking in French, rapidly, urgently. Lisa, not understanding the language, asked him to stop. Instead of backing off, he pulled out a translation app, trying to continue the conversation through the screen.
The van, and I see him, forever still trying to figure out this this translation, or trying to figure out a way to communicate with me. He's just at the front of my van, and so I kind of shut the curtains so that he can't see in, and just, you would think he would take the hint. Oh no. So after, I think it was maybe half an hour, it had to be at least that long, trying to figure out how to communicate with me. Well, he gets in his car, and because I had shut my curtains, well, he's trying to get my attention to come out, I suppose. So for a good...
It didn't help. It only made the encounter more unsettling. Lisa, visibly uncomfortable, eventually shut the van door in his face. But he didn't leave. In fact, he stood outside in the rain for over 30 minutes, staring, fiddling with the app, still trying to engage her. Then, without a word, he disappeared behind the bushes near her van. That's when it escalated. From the shadows he watched, he moved, he crept.
Okay, he just moved even closer so that I can't move out and so that I can't go forward. Please leave. Please leave, you sketchy person. Please leave. This guy is really starting to freak me out. It's been like a half an hour and he just keeps on moving his vehicle so he can see in my van here. Anyways, it's 7 o'clock.
Lisa captured everything on video. His figure lurking, movements calculated, as if he thought she couldn't see him. For nearly half an hour, the man repositioned his vehicle again and again, inching closer, trying to peer into her van. At one point, he even blocked her in. "I'm afraid to go up front," she whispered in the video. "He just keeps staring me down." And then, luck. A family in an RV pulled in behind her, parking for the night. As soon as they arrived, the man left.
When he was trying to talk to me earlier, and he's just staring me down, and I'm afraid to go up the front there, but I still have this set up right there, you know, the umbrella. See? But I'm trying to, so that he doesn't see my phone. Like, where is he now? Look at that. He's really sketchy. He's really scaring me.
But that wasn't the end. Around 3 a.m., he returned, likely checking to see if Lisa was still alone. When he saw the RV still parked behind her, he drove off for good.
Pulled in a big RV, and they kind of were just kind of behind me, not right behind me, but close enough that they would hear me scream. And so I felt a little comforted with that, and so I decided to stay. And he's close enough that he would hear me yell even. So for the first time, I am grateful to see somebody. Oh. Anyways, this guy did leave, and then he did come back about 3 hours later when it was pitch black. And oh my God, I was thankful that the RV was there with the family, and I got every weapon that I could think of out, and oops, thought I spilled my coffee.
Lisa left at dawn. Her safety that night might have come down to the unexpected arrival of strangers. His intentions were never confirmed, but they didn't need to be. The lurking, the silence, the calculated blocking. It all told a story of something she thankfully avoided. This wasn't just an encounter. It was a reminder. Even on the open road, solitude isn't always peaceful, and not every knock on the van door is just someone being friendly.